Meantime, the idea to run this country like a business is quite popular among especially Republicans. But here's a debate highlight from Carly Fiorina just moments ago.
Did any of you get a phone call from Bill Clinton? I didn't. Maybe it's because I hadn't given money to the foundation or donated to his wife's Senate campaign.
Pretty good diss about Donald Trump. But the question is, does his business savvy make him prepared to be commander-in-chief? And back with us now is Katherine Timpf, Judith Miller, Jessica Tarloff, and we'll start with you, Jessica. What do you think? Is this...
Does his business
experience translate to being...
I mean, it's a good argument that he is a job creator because he has created all of these jobs, but out of his own pocket. I mean, being able to run a business and run a country, I think, are different. I think that some people are confused about that. I think his message is persuasive insofar as he's tapping into this voter anger that we've all been talking about. But insofar as him actually affecting policy or even being able to articulate a policy, especially on the economy, I haven't seen any of that from him. So I look to the governors who have actually had to create jobs in their own states to see what they have to say. Scott Walker has a lot to talk about in terms of what he's done for the economy in Wisconsin. His numbers, I still think, are a bit fuzzy, but that's for another day. Jeb Bush, Chris Christie, they all have a record to talk about.
All right. This may surprise you, but I'm a little older than you guys. And
just by like a year.
Yes, and I remember Ronald Reagan. Oh, that B actor. What does he know? He's just a goofy Hollywood guy. Nobody gave him credit for anything either. And he came into Washington and said, this is how we do it in Hollywood.
Trump is a star. There's no doubt the man is a star, okay? And that definitely helps. And yeah, I think it's great that he doesn't have a record because that's kind of what people want. We're all sick of politicians. I'm sick of politicians. Do I want him negotiating on behalf of America? No.
Well, he's sending Caroline, so it won't be a problem.
I want his finger over the button.
All right, let me get in. We got another cut we want to play here. This is Governor Rick Perry on jobs. Let's listen.
The preparation to be the most powerful individual in the world requires an extraordinary amount of work. Not just having been the governor of the 12th largest economy in the world, which I might add, we added 1.5 million jobs during that period of time. I think Americans want someone that have a track record of showing them how to get this country back on record. Some of them want to stand up and every day project that best days of America are in front of us.
Judith, this is interesting because usually we talk about how governors usually make pretty good presidents because they ran a government agency, they balance budgets and things like that. Now we're talking about a governor who says, hey, I created all these jobs versus a Donald Trump who worked outside the government system but created a lot of jobs.
This is the triumph of celebrity over substance. This is the triumph of frivolousness for real substance. And I must say, comparing Donald Trump with Ronald Reagan ran the state of California. He was governor before he was ever
but my point was,
running.
you remember people gave him no credit because he was an actor. They did the same thing to Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's certain people out there, they'd say, you're not qualified because you haven't been in government. But a lot of people are going, I want somebody from our world.
The American people will decide who is and is not qualified to represent them. That's why we live in this great democracy, even if it's a little chaotic and quixotic at times. But I agree with Jessica. I mean, I just think that at this point, it's up to Donald Trump to show that he deserves to be at that stage, given the insults he's hurled at his fellow Republicans and what he said about the political climate in general.
Yeah. He's shaking things up, and maybe that's what I think is...
Well, thank God. I'm all about that, at least.
He's also giving, he might actually be helping the other candidates out. You know, we were talking just a few months ago about how rusty Jeb was, right? He got out there, he seemed scared, like a deer in headlights. He's giving him plenty of time to warm up. Marco Rubio, I mean, these are people who maybe needed that extra boost, and, you know, that in a few months or maybe even tonight they'll look better than they did just a little while ago.
Well, we'll see a couple of hours how the Donald does on that stage. Meantime, you don't want to miss Lou Dobbs tonight. He's not only on his usual time coming up next here on Fox Business at 7, but he's live again tonight at 11 p.m. Lou's working overtime with a recap of the Fox News GOP debate. That's 11 o'clock right here on Fox Business. Meantime, movie theaters in New York are about to get four-dimensional. What's that? Well, we're going to add effects like smells and imitation weather to enhance your viewing experience. What will it cost you? We have the answer. Coming up next.